Hello, long time no speak. How's it going? It's the 24th of March, so it's been like almost a month since I submitted. And I've been drained. Like, I have been just totally zonked out. After I submitted, I submitted, and then I might have even said this in the last vlog. I submitted and I was like, this is amazing, this is great, like I've submitted, I feel fine, I feel good. And then like 4 hours later, I was just hit with this wave of exhaustion, and that just hasn't really left me since, which I think is pretty normal. Like, speaking to other people from my department who've already submitted, they've said the same thing. So I'm not like totally shocked by that. I expected it. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been dealing with. As well as all that, I started my new job teaching in a school that I used to teach at. I'm sure I've mentioned this already previously, but I started my new job. I've been there like about half term now. It's almost Easter. Really loving it. It's really great. I'm really enjoying teaching the whole like range of kids. So like I've got some students who are like 2, and I've got some students who are 18, and I just absolutely love all of them. They're fantastic, they're amazing. As well as that, I've been working on this research project with one of my supervisors. I've been her research assistant. I've been doing like social media searching and stuff like that. Pretty straightforward. I've also been starting to work on some postdoc planning. So I've been meeting with my first supervisor a few times just to sort of like scope out, do you think this is a viable project? Is it worth me applying for funding? Things like that. And he seems really keen that I do. And yeah, he basically thinks that my ideas are viable and that I should put together some initial notes, make a plan, and basically start working on a project proposal. I would really love to be able to, hopefully, fingers crossed, in a dream world, get a funded postdoc. That would be incredible. And yeah, if it can be like a fellowship with my own project, that would be even better. So yeah, that's the kind of plan at the moment. My Viva is going to be in May. It's May the 23rd, I believe. It's a Friday. And I'm really nervous about that. The room's booked, everything's sorted. So now I just have to prepare. Today's plan is I've just gone through my lesson plans, I've just done a load of admin, caught up on some emails, and I'm going to, I'd like to do a bit of this course that I'm doing. Like, I've got to film a video of myself doing some training. So I'd like to do that first, and then I'm going to be heading out to teach. So I'm going to leave about 2. It's currently 10:30, so I've got time. So I'll eat something, head out, and then I'm teaching until 8 tonight. So should be a good day. Going to exhale to execute the scissor twist to the right. Exhaling as we go, activating the obliques, and turning back to neutral. Ready to go to the left. Exhaling as we go, performing that scissor twist, turning those legs out, making sure that we're correctly engaging the obliques. Keeping the ball in the hands, performing a deep lunge onto the legs and turn up. And another one, deep turn up. Lifting the legs back, up to the left, back to it, lowering, ready to start, all over again, supporting the mat, ready to go down to start on the left side. I did a load of admin, so I had a lot of emails that needed responding to, like my supervisors. One of my supervisors emailed me basically saying, have you decided which one of us you want in your Viva? So that's a bit of a like scary thought. I just kind of sent an email being like, my first supervisor has like organized things, so if he's like able to, maybe it makes sense for him to be in there because he's the one who's been like liaising with the college and with the examiners, so they might sort of be expecting him, but I don't really mind. I like both my supervisors, they're both great. I'm sure both would be absolutely fantastic if they were there, so I mean, we'll wait and see what happens with that, but it's an exciting thought. I did some lesson plans for today, tomorrow, Toyota. I've just been having a little think as well about my kind of longer term lesson plans. So like, I do my weekly lesson plans, but then also I need to think about what I want my students to know, like by the end of this term, by the end of next term, like by the end of the year, things like that. So if there's some that I want to be doing like exams, I need to factor that in and work backwards and think, okay, if I want you to do your exam at Christmas, then that means that you need to know what you're doing by September so that we can just work on like polishing things. So I've just been thinking about how I can sort of make everything fit. That's kind of been my day. That's it, really. Hello, it's Tuesday. I've been particularly rubbish at chatting to the camera yesterday and today, getting back into the swing of it. So I think the last thing I kind of said yesterday was that I went off to teach. I taught, it was nice. Today I'm in a different setting. I'm at my mum's. My mum's got the day off today, so we're gonna go and hang out a little bit before I have to work. So I decided to come here. I've got a meeting in half an hour. It's actually a data session with one of my supervisors and a group that we've sort of formed where we look at multimodal data. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also, in the meantime, trying to remind myself of a grade 5 dance. I have some grade 5 girls that I need to teach a dance to, and I haven't had grade 5s in a very long time. So I just need to sort of refresh my memory. So I've been going through it, reminding myself, just having a little practice. We also have grade 5 boys at the moment, which is super unusual. Really sadly, boys tend to like drop off before they get to that point. So yeah, it's been really nice to also remind myself of the grade 5 boys work and the grade 5 boys dances, which I never really had an opportunity to learn before. So it's really nice to have some boys at that level. Yeah. So I've made it to dance. I teach in this really beautiful studio now. I need to assemble the bars and yeah, just go over my lesson plans, make sure everything's ready. It's kind of cold today actually. I thought it was going to be really sunny because it's been really lovely the last couple of days, but today has been a bit chilly, so I'm struggling to warm up, so I might move about a bit myself just to get the blood pumping. But yeah, I'm teaching from 5 until 8 tonight, so pretty nice short day. Hello, happy Wednesday. I once again have been rubbish and forgot to vlog last night when I got in. So it's now 10 a.m. on Wednesday, the 26th of March. Yesterday I was teaching and I think I showed you like a little bit of like me in the studio and things like that. So I had 4 classes last night, went really well. Everyone turned up, everyone was in a good mood. We've only got one more week until Easter, so everyone's starting to get a bit like pepped up for the break, including me. Today, basically, the plan is I would like to do a bit of my research assistant work in the morning, and then I would like to switch and start rereading my thesis and just kind of get myself back in the headspace, not really like anything in particular, not answering any questions or anything, just kind of reading it, refamiliarizing myself, doing that quite slowly. I've already highlighted like key bits, but maybe making some notes and things like that, because I have a physical copy that I'm working with. Then this evening I have dance, I have ballet. I didn't go last week because I wasn't feeling great, so I do need to make sure I go today. That's kind of it. It's really boring, my life at the moment. There's not much to it, but it feels like really manic still. I'm still trying to balance like several jobs, and that's tricky. Like, I think I'm not somebody that's very good at like working out my timetable and like letting it settle in, things like that. I want things to be like straightforward and ready now, and I want to have like a structure, and I made myself like a timetable and I'm trying to stick to it, but things like happen and change and things come up. Yeah, it's difficult for me to like ease into something, I think. So I'm going to try and do all of those things now, and see how we go. So I went and did a grocery shop this morning. It's now like 1 p.m, 10 to. Basically what I'm doing at the moment is my supervisor basically asked me to go away and look at like funding for postdocs, because I spoke to him about my ideas and he was like, yeah, I think those are viable. Go away and have a little like bit of research on different funding opportunities, put them together. So I'm kind of working on a spreadsheet at the moment that I can then bring back to him and say like, look, these are what I'm going to apply for. These are the deadlines, and let's kind of move forward with it. But just to give me a bit of an overview of what's available to me as a social science researcher or humanities researcher, depending on which way I position my project. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. read-through has officially begun. I have my thesis. It's a bit like dusty where I've not really looked at it for a few weeks, and I've just kind of like left it under the table. And now I'm going to go back through and start reading it again, and I'm sure I'm going to see so many mistakes, typos, all sorts of stuff, and I'm going to keep a note of all of them. I was advised in like some training to take a list of your typos and errors in so that you can kind of apprehend things, and like if things get mentioned, then you can sort of say like, oh, I made a note of that, I've got a list of that. Although a friend of mine took in a list of typos, and she only ended up with like 2 very minor corrections, and one of them was like, well, given that you've brought us those typos, you can do them. So you can kind of make it work for yourself, I think, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to getting back into this and seeing what I was talking about. So I've gone through my thesis and put like little tabs on it just to make it a bit easier to navigate in the Viva, because I can just foresee myself like trying to fumble for a chapter or something at a particular moment and taking ages to find it, and then getting flustered and getting like worked up. So basically I want to make it as like smooth and easy as possible. I'm going through and just highlighting some key moments as well, so that like when I open a page, I can just quickly skim these kind of highlighted sections until I find whatever it is I'm looking for. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. I'm going to leave for dance in about an hour, so I'm going to do this for a little bit longer, have a cup of tea, and then get going. Hello, it's Wednesday. I'm lying on the sofa. It is 10:30 a.m. I've had breakfast, I've done some admin, and I'm now working on my research assistant work. I'm basically just doing the social media search still, just carrying on. Oh, my septum's twisted. There we go. So I'm just carrying on with that from the comfort of my sofa, which is really nice. I have a parcel arriving at some point today, and it's French vanilla coffee, and I really love it. So I'm really like clock watching and like, not clock watching, what do I mean? I'm like refreshing the page, waiting for it to say like delivered. I ordered it yesterday, it should arrive today. I'm hoping it arrives before I leave for rehearsal later. I also need to do some lesson plans today. It's our last week before Easter next week, so I want to make some like slightly more fun, entertaining classes particularly for my younger students that are kind of a bit more free. Yeah, that's it for today. So I just got ready for ballet, I've just packed my bag. It's about 4:20. I'm going to leave at past. I'm going to just pack up the last few things and then I'll go. I spent my day kind of looking through my thesis. I watched someone else's Viva. It looks like I've got no hair because I've scraped it back. I do have hair. I watched someone else's Viva on YouTube, and that was really helpful. It was like a social science Viva. So it was really useful to look at that and get an idea for some questions that I maybe hadn't thought of, and also to see how somebody who's like been successful had answered them as well, because I think that's like part of the problem is there's loads of resources for like what questions you might get asked, but there's not actually loads on what would be a good answer or what might be missing in a not so great answer. So I'm really glad I did that. Actually, I'm going to try and watch a few more as well. Good morning, it's Friday, it is 9:15-ish. I have a meeting with my supervisor this morning to talk about the project that we're both working on. My coffee arrived, I'm very excited. It's a Dunkin' Donuts French vanilla one, so if you've ever tried that, it's basically that. It's really good. Oh, it smells good. And yeah, that's basically it for big commitments. Then the rest of the day I'm teaching some new dances tomorrow to some students, so I want to review those and check over them and make sure I know what I'm doing. Yeah, that's it really. Rehearsals went really well last night. I was super lucky and I've been given a principal role this year. I'm going to be Swanhilda in Coppelia, which is really exciting because that's actually my favourite ballet. So I'm really excited to have that role. But it's a lot of work. I need to start like really drilling in and thinking about things. So yeah, that's my day.